My fellow Americans, fellow countrymen, um, and women, and every beautiful thing in between, um, our family members across the pond, um, and our family members on the other side of the planet. Um, we're not so different. Um, I know often we are told we're very different. We're reminded about our differences, but our differences make us beautifully unique. But we also have a lot of similarities. Um, I'm sure we all eat. So the things that we all love to eat in your neighbor's household, they eat spaghetti. In your neighbor's household, they probably eat burgers, vegetarian or meat, whatever. Both are still beautiful. Both taste good. Like both of us, your neighbor eats salads. Your neighbor likes to have pasta with all different kinds of sauces in it. Um, a neighbor down the street that you probably don't really get a chance to spend a lot of time with, but they probably eat pizza. Um, your neighbor probably also has a pet that's a member of the family that they care a lot about. That if it got out, they'd be upset, um, and they'd be downtrodden. They'd be so hurt, and they would post as many pictures as they can all over the neighborhood and up and down every street they can find in order to tell other people about this family member that they've lost. They probably also have a sister, also have a brother, a cousin, a mother or father, an auntie or an uncle, grandparents, whether they're here now or they've passed on, your fellow neighbor, your brother or sister that you may not be able to spend much time with, but you live on the same street, in the same community. You're doing this thing called life at many different chapters of it. You're all at many different places. But I promise you, you've all turned the same pages to get to those chapters. You've all had to take somebody to school one day. You've all had to maybe walk to school one day. You've all had to ride the bus one day to school, and the people on the bus weren't as friendly as they could have been. Or they were very friendly, and the highlight of your day was to get on the bus, was to walk to school, was to get to school to see friends, um, and to enjoy that one teacher that everybody liked at the school. All in all, we're not so different. We're not so different as our Japanese brothers and sisters, our Chinese brothers and sisters, our Guyanese brothers and sisters, our Indian, our Sri Lankan, our Mesopotamian brothers and sisters, Pakistani, Mexican brothers and sisters, Puerto Rican brothers and sisters, our Chinese brothers and sisters. We're all in this thing together, even though we're all in different places, part of different neighborhoods, different cultures. But all those things come together to make us beautifully unique and similar at the same time. Don't let the world try to tell us that we are not family. If family is important to you, if you care about your family, and that's anywhere. I could say my fellow Americans, but I could just say my fellow members of the world, my fellow family members of the world. Do you care about family? Of course you do. We're all family. We're all family. Nothing more, nothing less. We are all family. And for the world to tell us that we are not, for the world to remind us that we are divided, to remind us that we are separated by great gaps of water that can be crossed within hours with this thing called a plane, and we can spend beautiful days taking trips on this thing called a boat or a cruise ship to meet each other, to embrace each other, to see each other for the first time, and to experience it as if it was an old friend that we haven't seen in a long time. Many different vacation spots that people go to, They get greeted by the people who are there as if they've seen an old friend and they've missed them. The beauty of our neighbors, our fellow family members in so many different and distant places, but we're still in touch with these things called cell phones. Don't use these things to hurt each other. Use these things to love each other, to tell each other you care, to spend time with your family, to share meals, to share ideas, to share beautiful concepts of arts, to share music, to share dance, to share Halloween, to share Christmas, to share holidays that we use to embrace each other and to see each other no matter what life throws at us. My fellow people of the world, you are not alone. We are in this together. We are in this together and we are family. We are in this together and we are family. Love each other. Love each other. Care for your fellow neighbor. Take time to figure out what's really going on, because you never know. A person who lives next door might be able to keep their lights on, but they might not be able to eat at night. The neighbor next door might have their lights off because they know they need to be able to eat. They need just enough gas to go to work. If we really focus on doing this thing together and helping each other out, where we have an abundance in one category and our neighbor might be lacking in the other, if we have an abundance in another category and we can sacrifice it because we have a lot of it, and then they might have something a lot of that we don't have a lot of, they can give to us, that makes life a whole lot easier. Do not let the world tell you that the person that lives next door can't be trusted. Your neighbor can't be trusted. Don't let them tell you that. Don't let them tell you your family members cannot be trusted. People all over the world. Don't let them tell you that. Don't let them tell you that. Don't let them tell you that they're not worth loving. Don't let them tell you that. We're all in this together. Let's do it together. I love you guys. I love you all. Be safe out there. Take care of each other. Don't let anyone tell you you're not in this together. Your differences are beautiful, and they're beautifully unique. And our similarities connect us just as much as our differences do.